It's honestly gotten to the point where it's obvious that the extreme anti-gay people are gay themselves. Some studies have shown that, as we've talked about, but also just the fact that they can't shut up about it. It lets you know that it's always on their minds. So anti-gay pastor Scott Lively wrote an article for WorldNet Daily on the issue of Russia and the Ukraine crisis, and his conclusions are hilarious. He says, quote, "America is in decline, and Russia is on the ascendancy in the matter of human rights. America has largely turned her back on God, reorganized her government and culture on a statist model, and is plummeting in a death spiral of moral and ethical degeneracy. The rule of law has become the rule of man, and equal justice under law has become special rights for favored groups. Russia appears to be returning to its pre-Soviet understanding that humans are made in the image of God, and that our rights are really duties of respect and care for each other imposed on us by him. This is why the greatest point of conflict between the U.S. and Russia is the question of homosexuality." Wait. That's the biggest issue? That's the biggest point of conflict between the U.S. and Russia? It certainly is a big issue, but maybe the invasion of Ukraine right now is a bigger issue? You know, maybe the fact that they're essentially trying to expand and they're violating international law in the process. But no, okay, he says homosexuality is the biggest difference. Then he says this, quote, "I believe even the conflict in Ukraine is being driven to a large extent by this issue, at least on the part of the Obama State Department and the homosexualist leaders of the EU." The guy is saying the Ukraine crisis is the fault of gay people. How? I can't even see a theoretical argument. There's not even a theoretical argument for that being the case. Like, what did Vladimir Putin do? He was sitting around one day and he said, "Oh, you know what? I would rather invade country that supports gays. And Ukraine doesn't necessarily support gays, but maybe the European Union and America supports gays. So I will invade Ukraine to piss off America and the European Union because they care about gays." Wait, what? There's no possible scenario where Vladimir Putin decided, I will go into another country because gays. I'm trying to find a way to stretch the argument to make sense for this guy, at least in theory, even if it's not empirically true. But there's nothing even in theory. It's obviously a move for power and a move for the economy of Russia. You know, it's a clear authoritarian push by a guy who largely acts as an authoritarian leader. But this guy, see, he's such a fool that he fell right into Vladimir Putin's trap. See, this was Vladimir Putin's idea since he was becoming less and less popular. He said, I know what I'll do. I'll go and pander to the idiots. And who is that? That's the Russian Orthodox Church. So all the Christians who were like, yeah, man, Vladimir Putin, now he's standing up for our values and traditional values, which of course means hating gay people. So now we support him. So he garnered support that way. And apparently it worked on the idiots in America too. The fact that this guy really has convinced himself, it shows you, no matter what the issue is in his life or about other people, he immediately diverts it in his own mind to, it's got to be about gays. Why? Because in his mind, he's always thinking about cocks.